Hi, welcome back to ODE YouTube channel. Today I am here for another review, and today I am reviewing this interesting pen, which is the Kaweco AL Sport Akkerman Orange. And so let's take a look. So the pen comes inside this black tin box with this black cardboard sleeve that has the big logo, the smaller logos, and Kaweco since 1883, then the contacts for Kaweco and the same thing again. You can take this out, you have the nice black tin, you open it and there you have the pen. First, I have to say thank you to Akkerman for sending me this pen for review. So, thank you again for sending me this pen. So, this is an exclusive pen from Akkerman Amsterdam. I will leave the link below if you want to get one. So, because this is an exclusive edition, it is a limited run, of course, as usually are the pens which are exclusive or limited editions. This pen comes in this black tin, as I told you, one of the nicest. I think this one and the silver one are the nicest tins. It comes with this newer black thing with the Kaweco history in one side and then the about Kaweco in the other side. It comes with a new black Kaweco sticker, and here we have the pen. And the pen comes inside this sleeve, and here you have it. So let's take a look. It is a Kaweco AL Sport, and it is the Akkerman Orange. It is AL Sport in exclusive edition from Akkerman. It has the blind engraving here in one facet, like usually happens on Kaweco AL Sports, and in the other side you have the name of this collection, which is Akkerman Orange Amsterdam. They went for the black because the pen has black trim. The pen is fully orange except for the metal parts, which are black. So you have the black logo on the top that says Kaweco. On the rest of the pen you have the typical Kaweco Sport, which is a pen with 8 facets on the cap and roughly cylindrical barrel that has the slimmer part there. When you unscrew the pen, you have this hourglass shaped section and you have a black nib. The black nib is very glossy and nice, and this is a fine nib. On the other side you have the Kaweco logo also molded on the feed. There is maybe too much ink here for you to see. Let me just clean it a little bit so you can see the logo there of Kaweco, the same logo that is on the nib also. The pen unscrews, and here you have, as usual in this kind of pens, this one is a matte finish, but here it is not matte, it is shiny, and you can see how it would be if it was the shiny version. And then you have here the cartridge inside, and it can take cartridge or converters. It can take two kinds of Kaweco converters, the one that is a squeeze type or bulb type and the piston type, and you can get one of those from Akkerman also. And you can have also a clip if you like to put clips on your pens. Okay, in that regard I want to say that Akkerman was very kind to send me the piston, this kind of piston converter, mini converter, and also the retro clip in black. but this is not included with the pen, so this will be an extra. About the clip, I have to say that I don't like, as I was saying, to put clips on my aluminium pens because I'm always afraid that the clip may scratch the finish, so I prefer not to use. However, some people like to use, so if you put that in, don't put it and take it all the time. Another thing that I want to mention, because many people complain about that, is that this pen has the Akkerman Orange Amsterdam engraving there. Nowadays, it is a rule for Kaweco to have the name of the special edition or the store for the exclusive pen imprinted on the pen. So this is mandatory to be on the pen, as far as I understand. Some people don't like because it may have a different color, it may have a different font from the font that is used there, and some people don't like the extra engraving. If you don't, you can always put the clip like you insert the clip and you can put it like that and you will not see the engraving anymore. And the clip matches well the black trim. So I'm just saying that I would not put the clip in this pen, but if you don't like the engraving, you can do that. Just about the engravings, I have mixed feelings also. I would prefer the pen without engraving, but after collecting Kaweco Sports for some time now, I find that sometimes it's very difficult to see if one pen is the special edition or is the current edition of a similar color. It's very hard to know. So I would prefer that the pens had the engraving. As a collector, it would be much easier as a collector. As a fountain pen user or someone that is looking at the design of the pen, I would prefer to not have the engraving. But because I am a Kaweco user, but I don't use all my Kaweco Sports, I am mostly a Kaweco collector, so I like to have these. So we have different views that are both possible, and I understand both views because it's not that nice to have the extra engraving, but in the other hand, it's very nice to have it because now you know which one you are talking about. So this is the exclusive edition. It was released this year, 2021. Black nib, black end of the cap. The nib is made of steel. This pen costs 119 euros. It's not cheap because it is the metal version and because it has the black nib, which is much more expensive than the regular steel nib. Now, let's go for some comparisons, and the first comparison I'm going to make is with the colors of other pens. So we have orange Kawecos here. This is the AL Sport Akkerman, and the most similar pen to this one is the Kaweco AL Sport AC Sport Orange. The AC is for the carbon, aluminium and carbon, and you can see that the color is not the same, which is nice. They are different, you would not mix both because they have different features, but the color is not exactly the same. Now, just to show you some more Kaweco colors, I have here another Kaweco Orange, the Kaweco iSport Orange that is no longer made, but it is a transparent plastic, so it's not even comparable in terms of translucency, in light reflection. We have the Microsoft, the 2000 Microsoft edition, which is the same color as the iSport. This one is very rare, so it's not that common to have one to compare. And you have here another interesting exclusive edition, which was the Orangina for Spain. And the Orangina is a bright orange. It always looks yellowish on camera. Maybe it's more like this if I have some shade over it. It's very hard to... This color is quite accurate, this one is not. This one is very difficult to get on camera. But this was a real, like this. It is a real orange. Then we have also the pearl orange, which is a beautiful Kaweco art sport. But this beautiful material is called orange, pearl orange, but it's not the same kind of tone or the same kind of color. Now, just for some extra comparison with other brands, I just want to show this pen next to Parker 45 in orange, a very bright orange, much brighter than the Orangina. I also have the Hongdian 960 Nebula Orange, which is more similar to this one, but really none of these colors is really comparable with the other. And I have also the Leonardo Officina Italiana Momento Zero Grande Pura Flaming Orange, sorry, the name is so big that I didn't want to forget, with ruthenium trim, which is also kind of transparent, but not the same kind of color exactly. So we have a lot of color variation. Now, oops, I hit the camera. As usual, I just want to show the size comparison that you already know from other videos with the regular pens with which I compare the other pens with. The Lamy Safari, this is the 2021 edition. This is Lamy Safari Original Terra Red. And I also would like to compare it with the Parker Centennial Dufold Big Red. And you can see the Kaweco is much shorter when closed. When you uncap the pen, it becomes a short pen, because this is a pocket pen. You can write with it like this. At least I can. I think it is good to write, unless if you hold the pen higher. But if you want a full-sized pen, you can post the pen, and I would say the Kaweco Sport is one kind of pen that was made to be posted. And when it is posted, it is a nice full-sized pen. And let me just compare the full-size Kaweco, posted Kaweco Sport with the other two pens that I think are not made to be posted, and you can see that Kaweco is of a similar size, not the similar girth there, but it is as much as long, with a very good balance when posted, because this pen was really designed to be a short pocket pen and then become a full-sized pen when you have it on your hand. So very nice. Let's now see how the pen performs on paper. And here we have the pen and paper, and let's see how it writes. And this is the Kaweco AL Sport Akkerman Orange from Akkerman, Amsterdam. This one has a fine steel nib. The ink that I am using is the Kaweco Summer Orange. Sorry, not summer. Sunrise Orange. And this is an ink that you can get in several ways. You can get it in cartridges. You could get the older Kaweco bottles. Maybe they are still around in some places. Older stock. And the newer bottles for this year, like this, which are different, have packaging made of of cardboard instead of plastic, and they are little jars like this. So you can have these three different presentations. This one is discontinued and they will run out eventually. This one is 30 milliliters, this one is 50 milliliters, and this is 6 ink cartridges. Now, I have an orange cartridge inside that was actually filled with a syringe from one of those bottles. Let me put this aside, and I'm hitting the camera all the time. And now, let's see, the paper is the Rhodia dot pad. And so, what do I have to say about this nib? I have to say that this nib writes really well. However, please be aware that this nib has the black coating, and the nibs with the black coating have some extra feedback, so they don't feel as smooth on the paper. Be aware of that. They are smooth and well tuned, but you can feel some feedback, and that's because of the black coating. The nib is a typical Kaweco steel nib that writes well. You can try to have some line variation pressing it a little harder, and you can have, but you really need to press harder, and it's not really pleasant to do. About writing with the reverse, I find this is kind of a lottery with Kaweco sport pens. Sometimes you can write perfectly on the reverse side and sometimes you don't, but I don't write on the reverse side. Some people do that. I don't like to do it. About skipping and writing well, yes, the pen writes really well. And if you write the typical phrase, the quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog, it writes well. It writes well. When you write faster, this pen will not skip. So it is really a good pen for, I would say, for kind of an everyday carry pen. I would just be aware that this pen may scratch if you are using it like this on your pocket without anything to protect it. You have leather sleeves made by Kaweco that you can use to protect your pens. I would not use a Kaweco AEL Sport in my pocket except if it was in one of those leather pouches. Except for the AEL Sport Raw that is meant to be used and get some patina made of scratches. The AEL Sport Stonewashed, there is blue and black because they are also made to be, they are already pre-worn, so there is no problem about that. So the pen writes really well. If you like orange pens, and I know this is a thing for some people, if you like orange pens, go for it. It is nice. It will be a limited run. You will not find it anymore. It is somehow comparable with the AC Sport, although it has a slightly different color and it has the different features because this one has no carbon fiber inserts. So this is all I had to show you. I will leave links for this stuff on the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video. I have to thank you, nice people from Akkerman, Amsterdam, for sending me the pen for review, for letting me know, for talking about it in the Kaweco group before it was released. And I thank you all for watching. Also, if you like Kaweco related content, you have a Facebook group that is called Kaweco Collectors and Users. Search for it or go to the link that I will leave on the description of the video. You have to ask to join as a member, I will accept you and you'll be free to join. And there is also a website that I am creating, still very incomplete, which is called Kaweco Madness, where there is information about Kaweco sport pens. So if you want to know more about Kawecos, you can go there. And there is also, of course, Kaweco website. So this is all I had to show you. I hope you liked the Kaweco AEL Sport Akkerman Orange. Thank you for watching and I will see you soon. Bye.